100 days ago, I recommitted to posting a video on YouTube every single day. I was scared, semi skilled, and pretty sure nobody would even care. So, if you have been waiting to start, or you're just hoping that life will somehow shift you into your next version of yourself, then, friend, this video is for you because I've learned a lot in these 100 days from what it really means to challenge yourself, to show up even when you're tired or you don't feel like it, and how to celebrate yourself when nobody else is clapping. So, friend, let's really get into it. Because if I'm being 100% honest, which that's me, straight up no chaser, too many times, okay? But, friend, low key, today I did not feel like it. I'm tired and I'm just not in the mood, right? How many times have you said that for yourself and actually let those feelings win? One of the things that I've had to do in these 100 days is check my own self. I have literally had to ask myself, who is in charge? Because as soon as that thought runs across my mind, I'm tired and I don't feel like it. I got to ask, but who is in charge? Am I in charge or are my feelings in charge? I have had to learn how to do things anyway, despite how I feel. Because if I keep allowing my feelings to decide for me, I'm going to continue to have the results that I've had, and I don't want them. In order to get new results, we have to be able to push past our feelings. We have to be able to take those feelings with us and say, okay, apparently you're going to be the passenger for this journey, so buckle up. Because tired and all, we're still doing this, okay? When I decided to post a video every single day, I wasn't really sure of how things were going to work out. And I started out with a huge fear of being seen, which is something that I've dealt with pretty much all of my life. But one thing that I was certain about was my heart was full and ready to serve. I knew that there was somebody somewhere who needed to hear what I had to say. There was someone who needed a word of encouragement. There was going to be somebody who needed a piece of information that would help shift their perspective, something to help them gain momentum, something to encourage them to be willing to start even when they're scared and carrying around fear. Because over these 100 days, that fear is pretty much now non existent. I do not have a fear of being seen. And I never thought that I would actually even ever say that in my whole lifetime. And now here I am 100 days in, and I'm not stopping no time soon. So when you are willing to actually push past your feelings, you might get rewarded in ways that you weren't even expecting because it was never on my bingo card for me to no longer have a fear of being seen. And that was not even what I was trying to overcome. I just knew that I didn't want to end this year the same way that I ended last year. And I didn't want to start next year the way that I started this year. And the only way that that was going to change is if I got out of my own way and sat those feelings and that fear to the side, because my mission is so much more important than that. And it's really just not about me. It's about me showing up to serve. It's about me showing up to support someone who needs it, someone who needs some positive encouragement, someone who needs to be reminded of how important you really are. So that had to become so much bigger than any of the fear that I was carrying around. And through this process, Now I'm free and clear. When you decide to challenge yourself, you grow on purpose, not just because you are in fight or flight mode against life and whatever it got going on. This is a challenge that I got to curate for myself. And it's been fun to push myself a little bit more, to challenge myself in ways that I just hadn't done before. And it feels so much more grounded to be the one who is initiating the challenge for myself instead of just reacting under duress. So, what is a challenge that you have been postponing, that you've been avoiding, and now you actually want to pick it up and challenge yourself so that you can grow in a more intentional way and not just because life forced you? So, I really encourage you to challenge yourself because then the challenge is on your terms and not whatever life decides to throw your way. Making these videos every day also means I don't have a lot of time for editing. And I would love to do things like have all of the cute little transitions and add text to the video and I would love to be able to do all of those things. And maybe one day I will. But right now, what has been important is me minimizing every distraction that I can and every single excuse, oh, I'm sorry, reason that would prevent me from getting the video up every day. If you talk to people who edit their own videos or people who are editors, it takes a lot of time. And I just don't have that time to give when I'm posting a video every single day. So if you are here and subscribed, thank you, because I actually love that better because it really does feel like a real conversation and not just me packaging up something and trying to make it perfect. Because perfect and striving for perfection is the fastest way to slow down your progress. And my goal is to build up momentum, to actually be able to allow that momentum to carry me on the days when I'm tired or I don't feel up to it. Because now making a video every day, it's just become a part of who I am now. So to not make a video, it hurts too much. It doesn't feel right if I'm like, you know what? I just won't make one today. That doesn't sit well with me anymore. I have to do it. So be willing to challenge yourself, to push yourself a little bit more, because when you do that and you do it consistently, the reward that you get on the other side is building up that identity within yourself to know that I am the woman who does this now, not the woman who let her excuses and her feelings keep her on the sidelines. I didn't start out knowing everything that there is to know about YouTube. I have still a long way to go. So even coming into this with semi skills and very little editing, I still made it to 100 days. And what people want nowadays isn't all of the bells and whistles and the production team. People are craving the raw and the real. So if you are here, it means that that's what you like. And I'm glad that you do because I love it. You like it, I love it. So don't get so caught up in trying to do everything perfectly because sometimes what people really want is just authenticity. They just want what's real. And polished and perfect is not real, it is curated. And sometimes it's just not what connects us to each other. So don't be afraid to do things messy. Don't be afraid to start something and not have the full plan or not have the skills that you feel like are required to do something. You gain the skills by doing it. You learn the plan by being in action. It's not just sitting back and idling on strategizing to create some perfect plan. There is no perfect plan because you're going to get slapped with real life instances that are not a part of the plan. So, why try to prepare and plan every single step when you're going to get hit with things that you didn't anticipate anyway? So it's okay to move with 51% of a plan and allow yourself the freedom to be able to handle things as they go. You learn so much more from the action of doing it by practicing and putting in the reps than you ever will from a plan. You know, if you handed someone a book on swimming, they could read the book front to back. They could pass every quiz and test. But just because you read a book about swimming doesn't mean that you know how to swim. You're still going to have to get in the pool and take some laps. You're still going to have to get in the pool and learn how to float. So, don't be so hard on yourself thinking that you have to have everything perfect and you have to have the perfect plan because you are going to learn so much more in the process than your strategic planning will ever get you. And just one more lesson learned. If you've been around for a while, you've heard me talk about the importance of celebrating yourself. And with today being my official 100 days of posting videos on YouTube every single day, I got to say the whole thing, friend, because listen, this is a big deal. Yes, yes. Let's clap it up. Let's dance it up. Hey. This is a huge milestone. To have had a fear of being seen for most of my life, to going to making a YouTube video every single day, I could not be more proud of myself. I am so grateful that I didn't give up. I know that one day there is going to be someone out there who is going to be so proud that I didn't give up. Someone is going to be so grateful that I continue to show up every single day, even when it wasn't perfect, even when the views were low, even when nobody was commenting. Someone is going to be so grateful that I didn't give up because that's how I look at the people who have been mentors and who have set examples for me to strive for greatness. I'm so glad that they decided to step forward and keep taking that step forward. So, make sure that you are celebrating yourself because no one is ever really going to understand the sacrifices that you've made, the things that you've had to change, the challenges that you've overcome, all of the time, effort, and energy that you've placed into getting to where you are. No one is ever really going to understand that more than you because you were the one with you 24/7. There were no breaks, there were no days off. So it is incredibly important that you celebrate yourself. And this is not about being self centered or conceited. This is about recognizing everything that you've done to make it to this point and the pride that you have in that, the courage that it took for you to do everything to get to this point, the strength that you built up. And none of these things have come easy. This has been a real work of art. So make sure that you are celebrating yourself. Make sure that you do your little two step. Throw on a song and really truly celebrate. I hear the word celebrate, and all I can hear is David Allen Greer in Little Man singing celebrate. Ooh, ooh. Y'all know I'm silly. But this is what celebration looks like sometimes, okay? It looks like being silly, but really just honoring what you've done, honoring who you've become. The celebration is how you integrate your wins. So many times you have made huge achievements and even the small ones and the baby achievements. All of these achievements that you've made, but you get to a point where you feel like you haven't done enough or you haven't done anything. It's just because you weren't integrating those wins as you were going. It's very easy to focus in on what you haven't done, how far you still have to go, what else you still got to do. But if you haven't taken the time to celebrate the wins when you were winning, and really make that a part of who you are, that's a part of you building momentum. That's a part of you building the character, the integrity, the depth that it's going to take for you to hold what it is that you're building, for you to be able to support yourself in what you're building. Celebrating your wins is a crucial part of your development. So don't skip out on it. And if no one else is going to celebrate you, friend, make sure that you do it, okay? If you ever want a hype buddy, listen, drop me a comment because I'm all about hyping somebody up. Ad libs and all, I got you. So make sure that you celebrate yourself because you are going to need that win. And the more wins that you stack up, the more wins you have to lean on when the winning is not happening. It is what will sustain you in those dry spells. So make sure that you are celebrating yourself and really valuing yourself for who you've become and all that you've done in order to get here. So, if you've been sitting here and smiling and nodding your head along, then, friend, make sure that you take a few moments to journal about what came up for you when you were watching this video. Was it celebrating your wins that struck a nerve or struck a chord? Was it you deciding to challenge yourself and how you want to challenge yourself? What was the one thing that stood out for you that you want to integrate as you go forward? Okay. Journal about that, friend, and let's have something amazing to celebrate for each other. Okay. So tell me in the comments, what is one win that you've had lately that deserves some celebration? Because I can't wait to meet you there, to connect with you and celebrate you, because I know I'm not the only one challenging myself. I'm not the only one achieving greatness as we speak. So let's support each other because I don't just want to be proud of me. I want to be proud of you, and I want you to be proud of you too. So I hope that you have loved this video just as much as I have loved making it for you. Make sure that you are subscribed because I'm here every day, friend. Okay. I got something for you every day. And I don't want you to miss any of it. So make sure that you are subscribed. And friend, listen, to know me is to know I love me so much. I don't play about me. And if you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much you won't play about you either. Okay, friend? I can't wait to meet you in the comments, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. For sure. Happy 100 days. Whoop, whoop. Okay, bye.